These two women share the same husband. It's not only the husband, they're also sisters to the other and are living a good life, cooperating in everything, as they consider themselves being sisters to the other. They're happy for each other, and many people always accuse the man of brainwashing the two wives. Is that really true? How do sisters who are born in the same womb willingly share the same husband? This is an extraordinary family. Diedone was born and raised in a village called Bushwira, and later came here and grew into a man. It was now time for him to get married. He married the first wife and they spent 18 years. Unfortunately, the first wife could not be able to produce any child during that period. What makes the man's story interesting is that the wife later boldly advised him to look for another wife who would be able to produce, as they both needed children. Diedone took time thinking about this and ended up marrying the younger sister to his wife. He went to her family and they understood his wish and only asked for the bride price, which he paid, and legally married the second wife. This worked out in their favor and the younger sister later produced all these children. As someone who loved the first wife, he would never abandon the first one, but rather opted to keeping both, and they found a way to love each other and now live happily together. When asked how he manages the two wives in one house, he says it was simple. Before marrying the second, he taught them that they should not treat each other as wives to someone, but should consider being sisters before anything. Plus, treating them equally, making them feel loved, and prevents them from having jealousy. The man continues saying that he cannot explain how happy he is being a husband to these two wives, adding that he's 100% satisfied and would never cheat on them, adding that it's better having many wives legally than just cheating. When asking the man if he would advise fellow men to keep having more wives, he says no. If you have no any other problem, then you should not marry many wives. If your wife can conceive and make you happy, why go for someone else, he says. But if you face the same challenges I faced, the first thing is praying. Second is taking some time speaking to your wife about the possible solution, and make sure if you're bringing in another wife, bring someone who will not ruin the relationship you had with the first wife, but rather someone who will enhance. In fact, someone who will improve your relationship. The two women here share responsibilities and live peacefully with each other. They all agree that it's not about sharing the husband only, but also sharing everything, even when it comes to home activities. They have to cooperate, like when washing utensils, washing clothes, cleaning the compound, and more. The man has taught his children to obey everyone, however much they play, joke, and have fun. They all must treat the first wife as their mother with full love and respect, even though she cannot produce any. This is the first wife, and says that after spending 18 years without producing any child, she could see they needed children for a family to be complete, and took a brave and selfless decision of advising the husband to bring in another wife who would be able to produce. she believes that not everyone can have such a big heart like her, but that's what was needed. And seeing the second wife produce all these children, plus living with her sister whom they shared everything since young, made her so happy. Some people would discourage her by saying that since she cannot be able to produce a child here, she is not respected and should maybe go away from here. But says a woman has more to offer than just making kids, and she's okay with the life she's living. Venancy Mwalumila is the second wife and the younger sister to the first one. She says at first she was shocked hearing that whom she considered to be the husband-in-law wanted to marry her. She never thought that such would happen, but after being approached by the sister who highlighted the reason why, and later the husband who confirmed his interest, she was no one to say no, plus the fact that she had the full family support. Now, they are both the man's wives and are proud to be his wives, hence loving one another and cooperating in everything. When the first wife has some job opportunities that can earn money, she wakes up and goes grinding for the family. And she who remains here has to work for his children, whether preparing and cooking their meals so that they would eat on time and more. He's thankful that God gave him strong women who do all sorts of activities for their family, no matter how strong those activities are, which shows how much they're willing to sacrifice themselves for the family. A lot of people have been accusing the man of brainwashing the two women, others adding different comments, but all we can see is that they're all happy and proud of their husband regardless of what people say, and they'll keep loving and cooperating with each other. The good part of this is that they truly love the man. The man is a farmer and does subsistence agriculture, which they depend on for a living, plus keeping domestic animals such as goats, cows, and pigs. Among his pigs, there is this stubborn pig, which often refuses to go back to its pigsty after feeding, and it has to be forced to go inside. As it is said, the purpose of this life is to be happy, and we should all do whatever it takes to be happy regardless of other people's opinions. Thank you for watching. I'm Elijah and this is Afrimax English. Remember to subscribe.